What's up, everybody? Welcome to the All Elite Wrap-Up Show. It's me, the OG Fit Kid, Mike BELCASTER, not here this week, under the weather, but his shoes are so big, we got to get two men to fill them.
Two.
Making his J-Bone, this is your return, right?
I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Or you
Better than never.
J-Bone,
I don't know if I can follow that. This is my first time here. Excited to be here.
I didn't introduce you yet, Austin. Shut up.
Okay.
Also joining us from Rest Central on Twitter, one of the nicest people you're ever going to
Austin.
Right down there. One half of Austin and Tyson in our chat usually. It's Austin. What's up, buddy?
Big Austin.
Oh, man. I'm doing good. I'm starstruck, right? I'm in the presence of two legends, so I don't know how I'm going to fare.
Where's the other one?
I know. I don't get it. What the hell he's talking about.
Yeah. But it's hard to fill Ace's and Mike's shoes because they're very good at what they do. And so are you, Tom. So, and J-Bone.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
Well, I had to go for two of the best to help here, and we definitely got it with J-Bone and Austin. We know what you bring because you've been on a debate show before, and here's a little spoiler for everybody. He's going to be back this week on Monday, so you're going to want to check that out on Monday. So make sure you definitely check it out. Before we get started, let's just plug the shit out of everything, guys. TheTurnbuckleTavern.com. Go follow, like, and subscribe to us everywhere you possibly can. Please leave us a review. Leave us some comments. Every single thing helps. If you haven't done it yet, please be sure to do it. I don't have the Discord image here, but make sure you join the Discord. Come chat with us. Come hang out with us. Come watch wrestling with us and show us pictures of your figures, your food, your pets, whatever you want to show. Come share. We're there. Let's chat.
Show those Mandy Rose pics.
Oh, boy. When you're done with the show tonight, call 304-404-2004. Leave us a voicemail. Let us know what you thought of the wrap-up show. Let us know what you want to see more of here at the Tavern. We want to hear what you have to say, guys. So please give us a call. Let us know. I guess we should jump right into it, guys. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We instantly start off with the fourth match of the best of 7 series. You know, the Elite are down 2-1, and we see Nick Jackson gets hurt. You kind of tell it was a work. There was no Dr. Sampson even involved. It was just like, the two doofuses outside, and it was like you could just tell it was a work. He walks out. What do you guys think of this match? I thought this was the worst of the ones they've had so far.
Yeah, I would say.
Worst. Worst is harsh. I shouldn't say worst because it wasn't a bad match.
Yeah.
I just say it wasn't the best.
Right. I would say I mean, it was. It wasn't great as far as what you're saying, but I mean, like as far as a match, yes, it was good. I mean, definitely not my favorite. My favorite still is the Full Gear match, which was unbelievable.
That was a great match. Oh, we love that one live.
There's young Anthony in the house, but it was a good match. I just think it could have been a little bit better, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think at this point they're doing a good job for best of 7, and I kind of like how they announced the different stipulations for 5, 6, and 7. But
I hated that.
I don't know.
I don't hate it.
I thought they should have announced 5 and not announced 6 until next week.
No,
it's like just basically saying, "Here's our plan" because it's going 7.
Why? No, not necessarily because, and I know you're talking about that in the chat, but because I mean, in baseball and for instance, for the World Series, they always have the asterisk if necessary. Doesn't necessarily mean that the magic. I mean, us as wrestling fans, educated wrestling fans, we know they're gonna go to 7 matches. They're not gonna not do that, So it doesn't really. It's whatever,
I hated it.
And they're giving it the whole sports theme with the music this week as well. So
yeah.
But like tonight, I thought. I mean, it's 7 matches, right? And typically they've been back to back. Obviously, there was a week in between, but I thought they did a decent job. I'm looking forward to the upcoming matches. But yeah, I mean,
I'll say this: I'm looking forward to the ladder match now that we know about it.
yeah, that's gonna
All the
be
matches will be great, but you like. I mean, I would almost love if they gave us the twist and it doesn't go 7.
yeah.
I mean, then and that's what it is. Like, then that would be fine. Like that's why it's. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
What if the Death Triangle win and then the Elite start to question themselves?
That would be interesting.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind a switch up among the elite because I do love them, but
I want to see
I
Kenny
know.
Omega go back to being a singles guy.
I do too. Yeah.
That's what I want.
I don't want to see actually. I would be okay if the Elite don't win this, and I think Death Triangle versus House of Black could put some banger matches on.
Dude, that's coming next. Like whoever wins is going to be feuding with the House of Black, and that's why I hope it's Death Triangle.
But
yeah.
Here's a kind of a little bit of a hot take. The trios division isn't as strong as it once was.
No, yeah, it's a great friggin' point. That's not a hot take. That's a fact.
I mean, when people were clamoring for these titles, probably about a year ago or so, the division was pretty hot, and then some people have moved on. If I'm being honest, I think WWE has a stronger trios division right now than AEW. I think they got to build this trios division. So,
yeah, like a year ago, there was like 7 to 8 trios teams. Like you had the Ass Boys with their dad. You had FTR and CM Punk. There were so many different ones, and now I just feel like it's the 2 currently fighting and the House of Black.
Right, so. and that's what they should be doing in this best of 7 right now. Of course, I'm spot on all the time. That's what they should be doing right now. Is they should be building these trios teams.
Yeah,
and maybe they are on Dark. I don't know. I don't watch Dark. It's just not enough time, not enough hours in the week for that. Either. But they very well could be doing that, but I don't know. I think you kind of have something too with potentially you could have something with this Jeff Jarrett faction, whatever they're called. But now they're mixed up with the tag team.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little convoluted a little bit.
And I was surprised that they went out blatantly and it seemed like they're pushing the narrative that it's going to be Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I honestly, the group, I didn't know if they were kind of poisoning Satnam Singh, but I guess that's. I don't know. I mean, from a technical wrestling standpoint, he's probably not the best, but I was surprised to see that they're pushing Jarrett as the guy that would push for the titles.
I'll say this: I'm really glad we're not seeing Singh in the ring. He's being used perfectly for a guy like that. It's like Omos in WWE. They need to be used as special attractions, and his role actually works. What he's doing. You can't maybe once in a blue moon you could throw him in a match.
Yeah,
you can have that guy going out in matches all the time. There's no friggin' way. No. We saw what happened in WWE with Omos. You see what happens anytime there's a big guy like that. It just doesn't work on a consistent basis. It's got to be a special attraction. I think that's what ruined Braun Strowman. When he was with the Wyatt family and the muscle behind them, he was great then.
Mm-hmm.
And then he should have wrestled once in a while, but then he started being on our TV every week and he just became a joke.
Yeah.
It's hard to book a guy that big really good on a consistent basis and make it seem realistic.
Well, especially even too with tag team, I feel like there's just more of a chemistry movement type piece in that. And if you're just big slow paced guy, right, that wants to dominate, it's hard to fit in the tag division. So I agree, they're at least playing it correctly. So
then we move on and we get some backstage vignettes, some backstage promos with MJF and Ricky Starks. What do you think of those?
Oh, I think they were fantastic.
Yeah,
especially the one MJF. He just knocked it out of the park. I think MJF kind of got the upper hand on the mic this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Starks was fine. It was good. Just kind of more of a continuation from previous week. Nothing major, but good placement in the show too. Get everybody hyped up for the main event. Good reminder. Like, oh yeah, we got that coming up tonight. So it was fun. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah. It added it to Big Fight Feel, which I don't know. I mean, after last week's back and forth, and we kind of alluded to this on the debate. I mean, that promo from Starks delivered. I felt like he was kind of repetitive tonight, though.
Yeah.
But I do love how MJF like acknowledged, like, wow, you did this once, like, good job. I do this like every night, just
Yeah.
continuing to be that heat magnet. So I
I
mean,
love that's how MJF is. I could listen to him like all day, every day.
yeah,
Then we get the Acclaim coming out. That's when they get attacked by Sanjay Dutt and company. Double J nailed Caster with the guitar.
Good.
Jarrett
Get 'em
and
outta here.
Lethal won a title shot. Like, what about the ranking system? Where are they?
Yeah, I agree on that, and that's what I guess that's kind of what also a point earlier with this. It was like kind of out of nowhere, but to be honest with you, I'm over the Acclaimed.
Oh, I love the Acclaimed. Everybody loves the Acclaimed.
Not me.
Oh, I
Not
do.
me.
They're fun.
I like them. I like them more of just a heel team. To be honest with you, this the Scissor Me Daddy is just ridiculous.
It reminds me so much of the fun time of like the Attitude Era when you had DX and shit, like the New Age Outlaws. It's just fun. I have zero
That's all right.
issues with it. It won't last forever. It's just what it
Good.
is right now.
speaking of the rankings, when have they addressed them? Like,
Yeah.
recently?
You're
I feel like
absolutely right.
that's just gone with the wind. I
Yeah.
haven't even like, I don't know.
They even have it on a website anymore. Let's go check it out. Let's go see who the number one ranked tag team is. If that's even up there. Let's check it out as we hear rankings. Okay,
Curious. My guess would be the Guns, right?
oh, how about this, guys? I just noticed this. The rankings haven't been updated since August 31st. So I guess that tells us where the rankings are.
So who's one? FTR was one at the time.
Let's see. I would
the
bet.
rankings got injured with CM Punk.
Yeah.
The tag team, it was Swerve and Our Glory were the tag team champions. FTR was number 1, and the Acclaim was number 2. So there are no more rankings. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Wow. So we then go on. We get to see some highlights of Claudio's Ring of Honor title win over Chris Jericho at the pay-per-view this weekend. They are backstage. They're not happy. In addition to not being happy over losing the Pure title either, Sammy Guevara would now be his mentor. I like where that's going. What do you think of that?
Well, I want to back up a little bit. I was not a fan of the finish, the ROH finish. To be honest with you, like what was the point of that? To get the swing over? Like,
Yeah, I hate the swing.
The swing's been over for years now. It's not like it's a new thing they're trying to get over.
I think you should have left the swing in WWE.
Yeah, I agree. Don Leo Jonathan over there. But I do like where this is potentially going. I know we'll talk about the match coming up here, but I guess they're planting more seeds of a Garcia turn again. I don't. It's kind of what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
Now, but it can go either way. Maybe Guevara leaves. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if it's just going to be the same thing they did already, I hate when they do that, and it seems to be something they do a little too much here in AEW.
Yeah.
It's the same thing to Serena Deeb to tease turning with on Britt Baker that we still haven't seen, and I believe Saraya coming in kind of foiled those plans. I think that was going to be the story until Saraya signed on with the company, but I don't need to get that same exact story again with him. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Jericho result, I feel like later that night, plays a part because it seems like JS as a whole, there's like some sort of dissension. Like if Jericho starts, because you could tell in his promo he was like lacking confidence a little bit and all that stuff. But yeah, I think it either sets up a feud down the line with Jericho and Garcia again. But who knows? We'll see kind of where that pans out. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something. There's some seeds being planted. I guess we could kind of talk about the next match.
Yeah. You're talking about Brian
Uh,
Cage versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
I'm sorry. No, I meant Jericho's match, but yes, let's talk about that first. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
we got Jungle Boy versus Brian Cage. Jungle Boy goes over. Um, this whole segment could have been
Yawned.
scrapped. This is the
Yeah.
forgettable fodder
Yeah.
of tonight's show for sure. It's a shame because Jungle Boy is so good. I don't even understand what happened after. Austin, talk to us about it.
I love seeing Hook. I mean, I'm a Hook fan. I don't know, but I just saw Big Bill. Is that what they called him tonight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
big
Oh
deal.
yeah.
Is that his moniker, or am I just like missing? Is that something that they're trying to push now?
That's the first time I heard it was tonight.
Yeah, I mean that is what it is. But I didn't like how they presented because I've always been a Big Cass. That's what I call him, Big Cass. I've always been a huge fan of his, and just to see him kind of cower out of the ring as a 7-foot monster while Hook is walking down the ring, who's probably what, like 5'6", 5'7". I don't know, it was weird. And then where does that leave Jungle Boy? Is Jungle Boy now mixing it up again with Hook or what? I don't know. Kind of confusing.
That whole segment kind of just didn't make sense. By the way, Belcaster is sick and Ace is somewhere parts unknown. Had a prior commitment.
He's in parts unknown.
That's what
Parts unknown.
I guess I don't know. I just made that up. It just made no sense. And then here comes Hook, the rescue, and everybody runs from 160 pounds soaking wet Hook.
Yeah.
I just
Interesting.
gotta,
Yeah. His pop was huge, though. You could tell his absence, like people missed him. But I mean, in general, that was a hot crowd tonight. I thought the crowd was awesome.
Big Cass has got to be twice Hook's weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
for
doubt.
sure.
No.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. I'm not too much of a fan of the Brian Cage opponent either. To back it up a little bit, I don't know. I just that did absolutely no favors to Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
Did no favors to especially to Brian Cage, who just won the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles on Saturday night. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday night. Or Saturday afternoon, should I say. The embassy, let's make him look weak on Dynamite.
Yeah. Brian
you know,
Cage does zero for me.
Oh yeah, he's
in ring. He's good. He has nothing to offer.
No charisma, zero.
Outside of that,
Zero.
Yeah. He flexes and thinks that's charisma. So
yeah, flexing and does flippity flips.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah. But I just think this was a big, we talked about peaks and valleys. This is a big valley of the night. So
yeah.
So, week in and week out here, I mentioned how we've never even seen Cass, and I was gonna do my Enzo dance, but the last time I did it on screen, young Anthony thought I was having a seizure, so I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, fuck young Anthony. young Anthony couldn't do a dance move to save his life. Okay, he
got more moves than me.
Man. Anyways, but yeah, I mean that's all we got. I guess next. I guess next is the Jericho match.
But I'm just saying he hasn't wrestled yet, so now is he gonna job out to Jungle Boy? Like, do something with this guy. Like they signed him to a contract. It's been like 4 months ago now, and he's done nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did they ever officially announce that he was All Elite? I don't ever remember seeing that one.
Yeah, they did. They did. Like it was like Dynamite before All Out. It was Dynamite or the Rampage before All Out.
One of the two, probably. Yeah. I don't remember, but
was the rest of his team.
The rest of his team.
That's a good point.
See, honestly, and we were talking about trios. Like, I know you're trying to build the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team, but that could potentially be a good trios team in AEW. I mean, and frankly, this could be a whole nother subject, but I think there's way too many titles in Ring of Honor. I know they're trying to pull a lot back over from the promotion, but I mean, why do you need a 6-man team when you don't even have a roster? Why do you have a pure championship? You don't even barely have a mid card.
Well, didn't
know,
they just
so-
choose to keep the Honor Club? Is that their process moving forward? Which I feel like is a big miss.
You think?
I don't know. I mean, it's
What do you
another
mean?
subscription service. Like, isn't that what they decided? Because I didn't even actually get to watch the pay-per-view
For
because I was
what?
busy on
Wait,
Saturday.
Honor Club is back.
I know, but what's their like? Did they didn't get a TV deal, right?
Not
Like,
yet, but they're gonna put a TV show weekly on
the Honor
the Honor
Club.
Club until they get the TV deal.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we talked about this last night or on sessions. I believe that like after it's on the Honor Club, like a week later they should release it for free on YouTube because it's hard to get new followers when it's behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Now let the people who belong to that get it first and then put it on YouTube a week later.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to get a big influx of people signing up for it. I would imagine probably about 25 to 50,000 subscriptions.
I would love to
first,
get it and go back and watch some of the
first
old
couple
Ring of
months.
Honor stuff
Yeah.
I've seen before.
I do like that aspect of it because they finally are uploading all that stuff. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Yeah.
a positive.
And
I just don't want to see it take up a lot of AEW time. Like I love Ring of
I
Honor.
know.
It's a
I-
bunch of
Tony Khan
shows.
announced last week he was separating them more now, so
Yeah.
well, he did this week.
not much, did he? Oh, there
Yeah.
wasn't too much. I guess a little bit, but
I mean, well, but I mean, you did have to talk about the pay per view.
yeah. That's
I guess, and that's another issue I kind of have with Brian Cage being in there. It's like, okay, is he supposed to be a Ring of Honor guy? What's he doing here? You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Let's get official hard rosters and send people where they belong.
Right.
No, that's. I want it to be clear cut, so you can push guys. I mean, you guys talk about this all the time, but guys, like House of Black tonight got a huge pop innovation.
Yeah, I'm so happy
Like-
to see them on our TV.
They should not be getting distorted with Ring of Honor people. Like
I agree.
they
That's
should-
what I'm saying. You
yeah,
need to separate the rosters. You cannot keep mashing everything together. Let's get Ring of Honor their own show. Let their people stay there. Let the AEW people stay in AEW.
yep.
So I think it's time for that to happen. I see J-Bone's new Gen Arena in the background.
Oh yeah, it's here, baby.
I love that. It looks
yeah.
so awesome back there. Did you set yours up yet, Austin?
I did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I'm not here to talk about figures, though.
awesome.
I could talk about figures all night long. So where do we go after that? Oh, yeah, so we got House of Black versus Cole Carter, Aaron Solo, and Nick Camarado. Julia Hart spits the mist out. I wouldn't mind if she spit mist on my face.
God! Oh my God!
I can say that out loud. Son of a bitch. That was the inside voice. House of Black wins, but it's nice. Hopefully they get some TV time going forward. I think I got young Anthony to pop though with that line. So
Who do you
Yeah.
think they're going to go after? Because they mentioned the war on AEW tonight or whatever. Who do you think?
I think they're going after the trio titles.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that would require another 3 weeks of what?
Yeah.
So-
Well, I mean,
Well, I think they're just gonna. Hopefully, they're gonna appear, have some matches, and just dominate. So
Yeah.
well, I'm not. You know, hey, that's fine. I don't care how
Yeah,
old she
that's
is.
okay,
I'm not
yeah.
picky. She's legal.
yeah,
So what's wrong
Le-
with that?
legal eagle, baby.
So maybe they'll just beat up the factory every week. Who knows?
Oh
We
God!
see Sheeta and Hayter ahead of their title match next week, and then
Yawn.
we see Sky Blue challenge Britt Baker to a match. I love Sky Blue.
Well, we know why you love Sky Blue.
Why?
That honky tonk, badonka donk.
But, no, so I look forward to seeing that match. I think Sky Blue's got a great career ahead of her. So we get on to the match now. Surprise match, probably the match of the night. Let's talk about Action Andretti versus Chris Jericho.
Man, the crowd was on fire for this.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
as soon as he got broke out of the code breaker, I'm thinking, oh my God, he's going to win this match.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll be honest. When in that promo when he mentions, "Yeah, I'm gonna fight some jobber,"
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, either it's gonna be a debuting star, which I really wasn't thinking that was gonna be, that's what it was gonna be, or it's gonna be somebody from Dark.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it was as once they showed up, I was like, this guy's gonna win.
Yeah,
And I think the crowd could feel that though because there was a "Let's go Jobber" chant
Yeah,
going.
I got
that was
I got
hilarious.
memories, flashing back, flooding memories of the 1-2-3 Kid versus Ramon.
1000%. Yep.
Yeah,
I love it. I'm here for something like that because my wife even said halfway through this match, and I don't know what made her say this. She goes, "It'd be nice if they let somebody win like this once in a while and surprise you." And then boom, it happens.
yeah,
Even she predicted it. I guess she was watching it like without even realizing it.
yeah. I've never followed him. He must be someone that's high on Tony Khan's radar. Or
Yeah, well, apparently they
or-
announced during the show he is now all elite after that win. But the good dude put on an awesome match. I think we just spoke about it. What is he's a Maryland champion? What
Maryland
MCW,
Championship Wrestling,
Maryland
MCW,
Championship
which
Wrestling. He's their champion, and he won the. What'd you say? He won the Shamrock.
Shamrock Cup, which is a big deal as well. I think he won it earlier this year.
Dude,
So
go to get in there with Jericho and put on that kind of a match. Like I
yeah,
love that. It was fun.
oh, it was amazing. I was like, immediately I almost started tuning out, and then like you said, the kick out of the code breaker, and then it really hit me like when they went to commercial. I was like, oh, like okay, here's something. But I didn't think they'd actually pull the trigger on having him win, which it was nice to see. It's all
Dude,
about the follow up, though. Are we going to see him again? Like, is he good on mic? Like, or was this just a piece of the storyline of the dissension of JAS and Jericho, and or is this leading to like Jericho's last hurrah if he
I
like
wonder
doesn't
that
have it
too.
anymore?
Listen to what young Anthony said. He goes, "Funny
he's
enough,
actually right.
Fox shut down those comparisons on Twitter. He said Razor beat him up and gave him no offense. Then he got the pin. Jericho had a competitive match with him and put him over, which is very true. Jericho put him
Yeah.
over and made this guy look like a star. I mean,
Yeah,
for Jericho to do what he did, this guy had to also make himself look like a star because you can let somebody get the win. Doesn't
Right.
mean you're gonna look as good as this guy did. So, like, I was here for it. I love a story like that, and I did wonder: is this the beginning of the end for Jericho, or is it going to be, Because if you think back, and I hate to compare it to Ric Flair's final run in WWE, all of a sudden he got to that point where, hey, the next match he loses, he's going to be done. Is it going to be something like that? So many thoughts going through my head watching it. What do you think, J-Bone?
Well, I think that was actually an excellent point by young Anthony. I hate when he brings up excellent points because he's a twerp. But anyways, and one thing too with this what's his name, Jackson or whatever, Action Andretti, whatever,
Action Andretti.
Andretti, yeah. One thing I did notice about him too in the ring, Jericho of course was calling the match, and one thing that he was doing, you could tell, he was being very open with the calls, to make sure he understood what they were, and
Action Andretti LED.
and the kid was right there, with the spots,
Yeah.
being called. So look, you're in there with the Ocho, baby. I know that's his
Arguably,
moniker,
the
but
GOAT.
yeah, and look, I've talked about this on my podcast. He's climbing the ranks for me, like more and more. Even the way he puts out stuff, and the more and more I hear
He's
people
putting out.
yeah, the more and more I hear of people, especially that are young in our younger generation, like generation after us, Tom. They've got Jericho in their top four, their Rushmore. So, but I thought this was a good match. I'm interested to see where this goes. I think this is gonna play. This is the start of a fresh story. Like the storyline with BCC has been going on for for a good while now, and it was a good story. Obviously, it's now over with. Obviously, there's something. This is the start of something new. So this is where we're going to see that. And you know what I would like to see? I would like to see Action Andrade coming in. Maybe maybe he goes up against Daddy Magic, and then he gets a win. And then he's got to go through everybody
Yeah,
And then maybe up against Garcia, he beats him. Maybe
yeah,
that's where we go with it.
maybe, yeah. There's got to be somebody up next to him. I like that idea. Let's
So
go
Yeah,
with this guy,
it's all about the follow through. Like I think part of it.
which we've
I love
seen.
AEW a lot. I think they miss a lot of times on the follow through. So we'll
That's,
see.
that's a
Are
fact.
they focusing on Jericho's dissension, or are they going to focus on this kid, or are they going to focus on both?
That's a great point. Was
So
it this just for Jericho's story? Was this
yeah,
for Andrade? Or, well, they should make it work for both. I would
they
Yeah.
assume
can
it's related with
they
next.
can make it work for both.
100%.
Because this could be the end, the start of the end of JS, which could be the start of the end of Jericho. So
Sure.
maybe,
Yeah.
but I don't want Jericho to retire. I mean,
no,
I'm
still
here
can
for
go.
it. This is the best. This is the best of Jericho I've seen, honestly, since his WCW days. If I'm being real, so
Yeah. I don't
the most entertaining. I think this has overshadowed his this AEW run has overshadowed his entire WWE run. So
yeah. I love moving on. We see FTR challenge the Gun Club. I love how real Dax made it feel.
yeah,
After the gimmick called them their names. I thought that was a cool touch. It made it feel personal. I'm there for that. Anytime they make it feel more real. And FTR is so good at what they do. Loved every second of it. Even
Yeah,
though it's just a short little backstage clip, I thought they nailed it.
yeah, and it's the perfect. I think it's a perfect matchup because you have these two young, snotty, like assholes versus like some grizzled vets that actually care. And
Yeah.
like I said, I love the gimmick thing. Like I think FTR and even tying it back to the Briscoes, they do such a good job of just making it feel real. Like I go back to the first time FTR Briscoes faced off when Briscoes were cutting promos in their chicken coop, like talking smack. I was like, that's good stuff. I think this is going to be a good feud. And like the two bad Chads mentioned, I love the Gun Club or the Guns or whatever you call them nowadays. But I think it's going to be great. So
Ooh, we got Shreems in the house. Somebody, I gotta open up my Discord for you. Hold on. Yeah, I love the Gun Club. I like they've seen like I love the more serious version of them.
mhm.
Um, I'm here for them. I'm definitely here for the Gun Club. They're the future of tag team wrestling. So
Yeah,
I firmly believe that. What's next? What do we got next? We saw Jericho Furious backstage. Then we move on to Ty Mello versus Ruby Soho. Somebody
piss break.
piss break. What are you, Hawk?
Well, no, I mean not normally, but that's what it was. There's no story going into this. I mean,
Well, there was story. She broke her nose.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I
That part
forgot
I'll
about that.
disagree with.
yeah,
Yeah, that no, you're right. I'm sorry. I just I don't know. I was not a fan of this match. Honestly I'm not a fan of Ruby Soho. So I don't know.
We got Ace checking in with us, guys. Just got in the car and you guys are crushing it. I can't wait to watch Dynamite. It's to have you on it's to I think it means it's nice to have you on a debate, Austin. And welcome back to the AEW wrap up, J Bone. Keep up the
it's a
great work.
pleasure, Ace.
And
Can't fill
welcome
your
back.
shoes.
Speaking of welcome somebody back to the AEW wrap up show.
What
I
is
got
up?
Preem's World Order.
How's it going, fellas?
What's up?
Dreams is alive. How you been, buddy?
Good. Hey, I was on the Ring of Honor show.
Oh, I didn't see that this week.
Fake fan.
So what do you think of tonight's Dynamite? We're only up to the Ty Mello Ruby Soho match. I thought it was
I got to go back and rewatch
okay.
because I've only watched like the end of it.
Yeah, I do that with Ty Mello matches too. Oh wait,
I was running errands and stuff and had to pick up my Taco Bell #, not sponsored.
oh, I wish Taco Bell was open. I could
Goddamn, pal.
Bell. So what do we got next? Anna Jay comes out and she attacks Soho, nails a face buster on her already just recently healed fixed face. So hopefully
Yawn.
it's okay. Alex Marvez is with Hangman Page and Evil Uno. It looks like the Dark Order will accept Moxley's challenge.
Yeah. I
Kind
mean,
of figured that would happen.
yeah.
So now we move on to the main event. MJF versus Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Freems. You saw this. We'll give you the mic.
I mean, it was a good match. I like that Ricky Starks is being like put in this position to begin with. We know that MJF ain't losing that belt anytime soon.
No.
So, but it was just cool for him to have the spotlight. It was a great match.
And he'll be back there. We know this isn't the end of Ricky Starks challenging for that title. He will one day be AEW champion. But J-Bone,
MJF's wrestling in this was so good.
He's good. It's so people poo-poo it for so long now, and he's good at wrestling.
Yeah,
he's very good at wrestling.
I just feel like some people even bring out the best in him, and I feel like Ricky Starks does that in this match. I love that power bomb to the knee, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
such a good move.
That was brutal.
I get to see these guys, their feud and matches just lasting for years.
So. Yeah, and it's going. I mean, well, unless MJF jumps ship at some point.
MJF is not going anywhere. He's already signed a contract extension.
Never say never.
Nowhere.
No,
maybe not this time, but he's young.
He is young. I'll give you that.
Unless you think he's going to be an AEW lifer, but
they just gave him that Bret Hart 20-year contract.
Yeah, he probably already signed it, and we just don't know. Austin, what do you think of the match?
Oh, I thought it was amazing, and like everyone else said, MJF is very slept on. I don't know. I just think because he's that slower paced and like he actually utilizes like I loved how he was attacking Ricky Stark's midsection. Like I love that old school style things and bringing that about. I don't know. I'm curious to see. Like I would have loved to see a little more from this though. I hate kind of how they're like last week was the fire exchange. This week was the match. Now they're already getting into Danielson, MJF, which we're still. When's Revolution in March?
Yeah,
probably the weekend of my birthday.
So when are they going to do Danielson and MJF? Is the question. Is it going to be that whole lead up?
Usually, like the first Dynamite of the year is usually a big show, so it could be that.
Well, yeah, but that's already like. I guess we're still in December. But I don't know.
Ellering is being picky here. I did see him mess up the Hurricanrana MJF tonight, but it's not the end of the world. You can't. It didn't ruin the match. It didn't take away from the match for me.
So. I mean, you can't let a couple botches ruin the match. I mean,
it wasn't like a botch fest. I think that's just a little critical.
Shit happens.
Yeah, it's that realness, like non-scripted, like suspending your disbelief factor into it.
Here's the thing. I would rather see a match like that with one botch than another match that looks overly choreographed.
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%.
And it also depends on the kind of partner you have in the ring, whether they can how they react to it. If you can have somebody that could quickly react, where they can, they botch, but you could come back and do some offense on that person. A lot of times that helps too. Kind of make it seem like it's a real botch, like it's a real mistake, like in a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Young Anthony with the great comment. If that's MJF off his game, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so freaking true. Man, good Dynamite. And then at the end, Danielson comes out. He chases MJF through the crowd. We knew this was coming. We knew he was going to be the first real challenger. Whether they stretch it out through March for Revolution or whether it happens in January.
Well,
usually let's say this, though. MJF is usually involved in long-term storytelling. So
yeah, but you're right too, because the first Dynamite in the New Year's in Seattle, so that's Danielson territory. So it could be a little 3-week build up here. So
it's interesting.
Yeah. And could you imagine the heat that MJF gets in that match in Danielson's hometown?
Yeah,
so,
that's a great point.
Yeah,
that's a great point. I can't wait to see that. I wish Danielson would get a shot to get a run with the title. I just don't foresee it happening. I just don't. Not right now. Like Freem said a couple of minutes ago, this title run is far from over. I think this title run goes through all of 2023.
Yeah, it's got to. I mean, I think it's got to go to that. Because the title has been hot potato too much this year.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not the fault of necessarily booking. That's because you had injuries and brawl outs and empty-headed fucks and
Yeah.
so you know you know I think you need a long title run here. You can't
Also, Hill MJF beating Bryan Danielson in his hometown
yeah
is money, especially
Yeah.
if he cheats.
Yeah.
So
Headlock takeover, baby.
And that's gonna be a hot crowd. Anytime AEW like debuts in a city, man, is it
yeah.
like, fans are clamoring for them to get there. So I mean that.
And Seattle's a good wrestling town too. Like they're
What's the big indie up there? There's a big indie that Darby like came out of
Oh,
or something.
Oregon? Was it the Piper? The one Piper was always involved with.
no, we're not talking about.
Progress? I don't know.
We're not talking about Portland here, pal. I'm trying to think. Old Don Owens, he's cashing checks.
I can only think of like one Seattle one off the top of my head. I don't even know if that's the good one. Oh, is it Defy?
I think that might be it.
Yeah.
And I also remember the I can't remember.
That's
it's like 3-2-1 something.
Yeah.
Look at the Freems with the knowledge here.
I love indie wrestling. All right, I can't help it. I used to buy all the DVDs and stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you got to see my Ring of Honor DVD collection.
Oh, wow.
And Chikara and all that stuff.
Breams, what do you think of the Honor Club decision and all that still? Like for them to air shows on there.
From what I understand, we still don't even really have enough details for it, right? Are you talking about for the catalog?
Well, I love like the catalog because now anyone can go back and watch all those matches and stuff. But the weekly show, I don't know. I feel like.
So is that confirmed?
I believe
Tony
so.
Khan said it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there'll be weekly TV on there until they get the TV deal.
Right. So it's a short-term thing. I like it.
Yeah, I got no issues with it. Like I said, I think a week later, after it airs on there, they should throw it on YouTube. So that's not behind the full paywall.
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Or maybe throw a couple matches on YouTube to get people.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, though, they're going to pull, once they get the library up, fully loaded and stuff, and all those classic matches, they're going to pull more people with that than they will the show, starting off.
True.
Yeah.
Be able to go back and watch vintage like CM Punk and like Bryan Danielson and
Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
So many people. You get the Briscoes. I go back and watch all the Briscoes.
Briscoes. But I think of like the WWE guys. Yeah, like big names.
Yeah.
So true.
I mean, they even featured him on Dynamite one night.
Yeah.
Tyler Black, Seth Rollins was like my favorite whenever he was there for the short time.
Was
El Generico?
Yeah, El Generico.
I need this. I need this in my life.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah, I think Seth Rollins is still my favorite WWE guy, probably. If I had to sit and think about it.
I was just going to start humming this song, but I can't think of how it goes. Oh, there it goes. Hey, J-Bone's got it.
I was following WWE pretty heavy there for a minute, and then I just kind of fell off again.
Yeah, then you realize it was the same old crap, and nothing's really changed.
It was better there for a minute. Give them some time. Let them figure some stuff out. I want both promotions to be good. The more good wrestling, the better it is for everybody.
I do think he needs a full year before you can really judge anything.
And honestly, like, maybe not necessarily AEW. AEW kind of puts on some banger matches at this time of year, but WWE historically never does that. They always just kind of phone it in to the end of the year, up until the Rumble. So, and then that's whenever they kind of build stuff back up for the for WrestleMania. So, right now it's just kind of blah.
Yeah. The talent they got in the direction it seems like they're doing things still seems better than what it was there when I really wasn't liking it.
Yeah. I mean, it's still better than it was, but again, that's not really hard compared to what it was.
Paul Vince is coming back, though. We'll talk about that tomorrow night on Raw now.
He's not coming back. Just okay.
Yeah, sorry to get off the rails. That's what I do. I come on here and get everyone off the rails.
Yeah,
Let's do some rails. How about that?
Hell yeah, brother!
Hell yeah, brother.
do some more bumps. Oh
I'm
wait,
about to be wired up like 1980s Ric Flair, brother.
yeah.
I hate the way cocaine tastes, but I love the way it smells. Woo!
Oh my god, I've never smelt it or tasted it.
Oh, hell yeah, Paul! I appreciate that. That's one thing. If I were to say I know my shit on, it's Ring of Honor.
Well, you hear
I
that?
just Ring of Honor. I was like the nerdy kid in high school wearing Colt Cabana and Joey Ryan shirt in like 2004.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wait, you did a pre-show for it?
yeah.
I didn't
Me
know.
and Ace did a pre-show.
Oh, I know you did one Monday. So you did a pre-show and a post-show.
We didn't do a post-show. We did a pre-show only.
When was that on?
I don't remember when we recorded it. I think it was Sunday.
Wasn't a pay-per-view on Saturday?
Oh wait, yeah, we did it on Friday. We did it the day
Oh.
before, and then we released it. It wasn't live.
So you did a pre-show that was released after the show? I'm so
It was released Saturday morning.
Oh,
We
okay.
recorded it Friday and released
That's
it Saturday
cool.
morning.
I wish I would have seen it. Darn it, I had no clue.
So, quick question: when is the first ROH show on Honor Society?
I don't think they've announced that yet.
I would say I
Yeah.
thought I saw something beginning of the year though.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Yeah.
they did announce it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been started going back to school, so I've been going like 5 hours of classes, and then I haven't really been streaming much on my own channel, so
Really?
it's been hard for me to keep up with the news.
Oh wow.
Back
Yeah.
to school. Back to
Back to
school.
school.
To prove to daddy that I'm not.
One thing I will never do is go back to school.
Well,
Wow.
I got a job lined up that
Oh.
it's not really school. It's kind of is, but
Oh, okay.
we'll talk about it. I'll talk about it off stream.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, because I've done the
I don't
last
wanna
school I
bore
went to
everyone.
was dealer school, and that was going to be my last time I was going to school.
But yeah, I'm excited for the Ring of Honor show. It's going to feature some AEW folks. I wonder if they're going to how they're going to do it. I wonder if they're going to have like a studio set, or
That's
is it
what I'm
going to be a
curious
touring
about.
show, or is it going to be on AEW shows?
I can
their
see. I
live
knew
shows.
there was a post show, but it was Ace and Colton. Okay, I knew I saw something Monday,
Yeah, but I wasn't on that. I didn't even know that existed.
so it couldn't have been as good. That's what I'm saying. kid.
Who's Colton? Are you Colton?
He's the mullet guy. You know, this is Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always in our chats. But,
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I know Austin from chats.
yeah. So what do you guys like? So overall, let's go around. J-Bone. Overall,
I give it 2.2 to 2 3/4 stars.
all right.
today.
Austin, thoughts?
3.
Yeah, I'll say this. Freems, I'll let you go first. Well, you didn't really see most of the show, right?
From everything I've seen so far, I'm gonna imagine I've seen the best of it, and I'll have to say probably in the 2.5 to 3 range.
Yeah. After talking
Out
about
of 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
after talking about it,
Just
I
making sure.
realized like there was some better things that I forgot, but it was just an okay show. Still, it wasn't terrible. MJF and was pretty good versus Ricky Starks. I love the Jericho thing. Derek Andretti beating Jericho was a shock. That was fun. So it had its moments. It wasn't a terrible show, but let's hope to get back on par to where they've been next week.
Well, I think we're kind of in reset mode too, a little bit. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So, which is okay.
We have our
I-
long term story still going, but we need some new feuds coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened with the Jericho match? If you don't mind me, just the results.
So this guy from Action Andretti, who's been featured on Dark, beat Jericho.
Who is it? Who beat Jericho?
How many?
Action Andretti.
Yeah. Action and Ready.
He
Yeah,
beat
he's been,
Jericho.
He's a top star, pal.
Maryland Indie champ. and
he's big
won
time.
the, won the
Action Andretti.
Shamrock Cup. So
Why does he sound familiar?
you
He's
watch
been on
Dark?
Dark.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know him from
He's,
Dark.
I would imagine he's probably a pretty big indie star.
Yeah, it sounds like he's big on the Indies right now. Great match, I'll tell you, man. It was a phenomenal match.
Yeah,
Really
yeah, it
worth
was
checking out.
It's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely a kid to keep watching then.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. He got in a ring and wrestled one of the goats, if not the goat.
Oh, this kid, he's from Philly.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
okay.
Yeah,
He's from
he's a
my work.
Philly dude. So,
Nice. Maybe he goes to my casino to play.
well, I know that he did some like MCW stuff.
Yep, yep. We were just talking about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
He won there. He's their champion right now.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Man, he's really
Yeah.
good.
Wait till you watch the match. You'll be like, wow.
Was it a good match?
It was a good match. Yeah.
Really
The
great match.
crowd lost their mind. It was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was the thing of
So-
beauty.
And it was in Dallas too. So
Yeah.
it's like a
Curious to
hometown.
see what a Jericho. Because how old is Jericho's older than what I thought he was? I think he's like 54.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like 51, I think. Maybe.
I think he's 52 or 53.
I'm gonna go with 55 since no, I know he's not. I'm just
He's
saying
52. He's 52.
Okay.
something.
So like he's gonna have to end it soon, but I don't imagine we're close to that yet because
Nah.
Jericho's final run isn't gonna be like some losses here and there. It's gonna be he's gonna go out big.
Yeah. This might be a run, like it might be a story to make it look like he's towards the end. But
Yeah,
I don't think
that could be it.
he's there
Um,
yet. So.
I know Paul Ellering in the chat.
Well,
Will he mentioned this, and I've said this many times. You know, Jericho is what Hogan should have been in WCW. You know,
Yeah.
but Hogan was stroking that Fu Manchu and saying, "That's not gonna work for me, brother."
Yeah,
So,
Jericho has a like one of the best minds for the business as far as like being a superstar. It doesn't feel like he takes it like Hogan sometimes played this shit out like it was real.
yeah.
yeah,
And Jericho has a good way of not doing that.
Well, Jericho's secure in his position. You know, he knows. Okay, I'll lose this match. I'm not going to be pushed down that card because he's Chris fucking Jericho.
I thought it was funny if you see the Hogan. There was a ringside clip where they showed him the Mr. America figure.
Yeah,
And he's like, oh, they put this out on me,
yeah.
and they were just gonna. It was a way to job me out. I wasn't gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
yeah. It's just it's bad, man. Hogan is like, yeah. Jericho's always going to be remembered great.
Yep.
And Hogan, most people don't like Hogan.
Yeah.
That's basically what it's.
I was a Hulkamaniac, but no longer, brother.
Right.
So.
The only people who still like Hogan are people who quit watching wrestling in the 80s. It's fun to like look back on it fondly and like
Yeah.
enjoy his run, but just like it's hard to like champion him knowing how much of a fuck he was.
I 100% get what you're saying. 100%, I agree
Like
with
some
that.
of my greatest memories, I loved Hogan. I wasn't a Hulkamaniac, but I was NWO brother. Like I loved NWO Hogan. And I still like going back and rewatching those matches. I recently rewatched Bash at the Beach, Hogan and Rodman versus DDP and Karl Malone.
It's good shit.
And like as bad as a match as it was, like man,
All the gaga surrounding it was worth it.
yeah, they've gotten a fight on Leno and like, Rodman and Malone did, and like it was awesome. And it just took me back as a kid. So I always appreciate Hogan for that. But Jericho isn't going to go out like that. Like Jericho, he's just
He's not going to put his foot on Jeff Jarrett's chest.
right. Like no one's going to like. He's just almost. I wouldn't say universally loved, but damn near close.
Yeah, it's so true. You're not wrong at all.
Like there's others big star like Cena. The guys backstage love Cena, but a lot of fans hate Cena. Like Jericho's just
Fans
loved all
appreciate
around.
Cena more now that he's gone than when he was there all the
Yeah.
time.
For sure. I
He
loved
gets a
Cena
bigger
when he
pop.
came out, but
So,
yeah, just like Jericho's that guy.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of someone to compare him to, and I can't.
yeah, he's in a class of his own. He really is.
Yeah.
His
There really is a strong argument for him being the GOAT. There really is.
yeah,
As long
and
as
you
he's
gotta
done,
base
or as good
you
as
gotta
he's done
base
it.
a lot of it off of his
Benson.
longevity.
Yeah, like Flair at this stage was a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's doing it like he's not being a part timer. Like he
Right.
is fully invested. And I'm curious, He's probably wrestled over 20 matches this year. Like
Jericho, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
20, 25. That's incredible.
Yeah. The
Well,
only person I put up there with Jericho was like maybe Edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Edge is even in the same class as Jericho.
No, Jericho I think is probably more of a teacher than what Edge is, but
Yeah, and Edge, he also retired earlier, but I don't think Edge ever had the impact that Jericho did.
maybe like I think Edge maybe had
Jericho-
as big as an impact, but not for as long of a stretch of time.
But Jericho
Yeah.
always felt relevant. Even Edge now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like when Edge was relevant, it was huge. It was as big as Jericho's peak, but Jericho, if he's there, he's relevant other than like the list era.
Honestly, like I'll say this. Here's a hot take. Edge should have stayed retired.
I don't want to put that on anybody.
I mean, I understand why he didn't,
I thought it was
but his comeback is not nearly what.
I think there
it
was forces, but I think there was forces
Right.
that was
that's what I was about to say.
beyond his control. I mean, he came back to Royal Rumble, huge pop, and then
It's
Pandemic
it's not as
started.
it's not his wrestling
point.
it's not his wrestling ability that's made his run bad either.
yeah,
It's been his booking.
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Very-
It was pandemic, and then ran into injury again.
Yeah.
And it was just, yeah, I think it was just bad circumstances. But I'm still, I love Edge. So anytime he's on TV,
I think that's part
he's
of
got
it
my
too.
attention.
I'm a little biased. I do like Edge a lot.
Yeah, yeah, he's got my attention. So
I'll say this. Like I was always the Christian guy. I always loved Christian.
I love Christian too. Yeah.
I think what Christian is doing now was better than what Edge has done now.
What, nothing?
Yeah, he said.
Well, that
Wrestling
whole
one
heel
pay-per-view?
run Since he came back, like it's more fun to me.
So
than what
since I've started watching AEW again, I started watching because you guys know, like I talked to you guys about this before. I quit watching wrestling there for a short while.
yeah,
I've been watching wrestling again for over almost close to 2 years, right?
yeah.
I think I've watched Christian wrestle once against Jungle Boy.
Oh, he's wrestled more than that.
No, he's wrestling more than that. But he
Not a
did-
ton.
In the last year,
But he
he's
really
wrestled
hasn't.
once, right?
no,
Think about it. The last year, he's only wrestled once.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, he hadn't wrestled a whole lot, but he's been more of a side
been-
piece.
Yeah, he's been on screen and he's been a great character. But
Right.
sorry, I don't want to shit on Christian. I'm just
Yeah, don't
saying.
shit on Chris. I found a list.
I
of
just
his
think Edge has
Captain
done more.
Charisma, don't shit on Captain Charisma.
matches.
I love
fought-
Christian. I think
he
he's
fought
great.
Matt Hardy on August 3rd, 2022, which was a month before he fought Jungle Boy. July,
Oh, that's right.
he fought Christian Cage and Luchasaurus and Brian Pillman and Griff Garrison. That was on Dynamite. Fighter Fest.
Okay, he's wrestled a few matches this year. He's wrestled less than
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, less than 10. He fought on a June 1st episodes of Dynamite. So yeah, he's actually had a bunch of matches, more than I even realized. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had
Well,
7
what is-
matches this year.
What does that tell you?
So that AEW roster is so big they don't use everybody.
No, that you only remember him wrestling once because he's only had one memorable match. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Honestly, you're not.
I don't mean that. It's easy to.
You're
forget
not really
matches.
wrong. I'll be honest.
I remember him being in that ladder match. I
Yeah?
forgot about that.
So, but, man, I think that's it, guys. It was a fun show. Thank you all for joining in and filling in. And
Shit,
James,
pal.
get your ass back here. Austin, you're welcome anytime. J-Bone, we got a
Yeah,
whole-
it was nice meeting you. I've seen you in chat a bunch back when I was here.
J-Bone, let's start with you. Why don't you plug yourself?
Well, I'm not back doing podcasts quite yet. As you can see, still working on the new Hammerstein Fig Room, so I got some things. I'm still moving in. I got boxes everywhere, but I am in the new house officially. Yeah, thank you. I'm working on that. So I'm not quite sure when I will be back as far as coming down the aisle, but the best thing to do is follow me on Instagram, coming down the aisle on Instagram and on Twitter, down_aisle. A little bit more active on Instagram. But tomorrow night, Raw Down, baby. I'll be here, back, right here on the Turnbuckle Tavern, where we're going to be talking all things WWE.
Yeah.
Raw Down, of course, with myself, the Young Punk, Young Anthony, and the LVP, Marco.
Let me get on one of those. Actually, I also want to come on. I'd love to do Coming Down the Aisle again. That was so
Oh,
fun.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Without a doubt.
Austin, plug yourself.
At Rest Central on Twitter. I now have more of a life after school and since football season's over. But yeah, at Rest Central, I just do live tweeting. I'm just a fan of pro wrestling, so if you want to give that a follow, and I'm always in the Turnbuckle Taverns chats. So yeah.
He's also on a Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Freems, you said you're not streaming, but plug your stuff anyway.
I mean, I'm streaming immediately after this, actually.
Oh, nice.
You can also find me on pornhub.com.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. It's OnlyFans. I'm kidding.
He's in a video with Mandy Rose.
I did see that on accident. I didn't look it up or anything.
On accident.
Yeah, I didn't look it up. It
And I
just,
joined the
I
website by accident.
Yeah, just like accidentally clicked on it. Man, she's. Anyways.
Yowzers.
Twitch.tv/Freems. I'm Twitch's creamiest boy. 18 plus, so if you come there and you're under 18, don't let your parents hear it or you'll get in trouble. And follow me on Twitter. Freems TTV. That's the best way to keep, because my schedule is so sporadic right now. It's hard to do. Actually, this is an open invite for the Tavern fellas. I have a new show. I have 2 new shows.
Whoa.
Ooh,
So if you're a smoker or a drinker, depending on one or the other, I have a show called Get High, You Laugh, You Lose, where we come up with a stipulation. We smoke some marijuana, and if we watch these video compilations, you gotta try not to laugh. We come up with a stipulation at the beginning of the show that the loser has to do. So it's pretty fun. And then I have another show called You Cringe, You Drink, where I get like 2 or 3 people. We watch some videos, and if it's cringy, you have to take a shot.
Oh, wow.
Or a beer, drink whatever you're drinking. So
Can I butt chug it?
off cam, I guess. Yeah. I'm butt chugging right now.
Whoa.
Oh, boy.
Party on, Wade.
But yeah, if any of the Tavern boys are interested in coming on that, I'm always looking for guests.
Oh,
yeah.
I might take you up on that. That sounds like fun.
Oh, I'd love to get you drunk on stream. That'd be so
Tequila.
fun. I'll take you on VR chat after we get drunk.
Tequila Tom might make his comeback.
Oh,
Let's do
boy.
it. Let's go to get it. Tequila Tom. I'm here for it.
I'll have to go get some of that rock tequila. That was so good.
Yeah. And Tom, plug yourself.
All right, guys. OG Fit Kid, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere on social media, you can just look for the OG Fit Kid. I even have a TikTok account I have to start using. I'm going to start doing bad dances. No, not really. I'm going to post wrestling figure videos on there. Big night every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Sessions every Wednesday. A new episode with Mike dropped this morning. Guys, check it out. Again, go visit theturnbuckletavern.com. Follow, like, and subscribe to us everywhere you possibly can. Until next week, guys. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see
Maybe
you
buy
then.
some merch.
Buy some merch. Yeah, we plugged that before. All the links are on theturnbuckletavern.com. We've got the pro wrestling tees and the Teesprings, whatever it is. All of our links are there. Go buy a shirt for Christmas. It'll help support us. All right, guys. Until then, love, peace, and pro wrestling.